In the heart of Texas, where the vibrant city of Austin thrives, a sinister secret lurked in the shadows. A marriage that seemed perfect, a love that appeared strong, ended in a brutal murder. Amanda Horton, a beautiful and charming wife, stood accused of killing her husband, David. But what drove her to commit such a heinous crime? Was it a twisted desire for freedom or something far more dark and sinister? To understand the complexities of this case, we must delve into the lives of Amanda and David Horton. They were the epitome of a perfect couple, young, attractive, and successful. David, 35, was a thriving businessman, and Amanda, 32, was a devoted wife and mother of two. Their social media profiles painted a picture of a happy family filled with laughter and love. However, beneath the surface, cracks began to appear. Amanda's friends described her as intense and possessive, often becoming overly attached to those she cared about. David's family noticed a change in him. He became increasingly withdrawn and anxious, as if the weight of the world rested on his shoulders. Amanda's past hinted at a troubled childhood. Her parents' messy divorce left emotional scars, and a history of unstable relationships only added to her insecurities. Despite her beautiful facade, Amanda struggled with inner demons. And then there was Ricky Moore, Amanda's ex-boyfriend from college. A charismatic and handsome figure, Ricky still lingered in Amanda's life, a constant reminder of a past she couldn't shake. Their tumultuous relationship ended abruptly, but the passion and intensity remained. As we explore the intricate web of Amanda's life, questions arise. What drove her to the brink of madness? Was David's love enough to save her, or was it already too late? Was Ricky the catalyst for her downfall, or merely a pawn in her twisted game? The Horton family's idyllic life was about to unravel, exposing secrets and lies that would shock the nation. Join me next as we navigate the complex landscape of Amanda's mind and uncover the events that led to a deadly rekindling of passion and deceit. As Amanda's obsession with Ricky intensified, her marriage to David began to fray. The once devoted wife now seemed distant, preoccupied with thoughts of her past love. David, sensing something was amiss, grew increasingly suspicious. Amanda's behavior became erratic. She would lash out at David for no reason, only to apologize profusely moments later. Her mood swings left David walking on eggshells, never knowing what would trigger her next outburst. Friends and family noticed the change in Amanda, but she brushed off their concerns. "I'm fine," she'd say, her voice laced with a hint of desperation. But beneath the surface, Amanda's emotions churned like a stormy sea. Ricky, sensing Amanda's vulnerability, began to rekindle their romance. Secret meetings turned into passionate trysts, reawakening a desire Amanda thought she'd long buried. David, oblivious to the affair, struggled to keep their marriage afloat. Amanda's dual life took its toll. She became adept at deception, weaving a web of lies to conceal her infidelity. David's trust began to wane, replaced by a nagging sense of unease. One fateful night, David confronted Amanda about her suspicious behavior. The argument ended in tears, with Amanda promising to change. But the damage was done. David's doubts had taken root. As the days passed, Amanda's grip on reality began to slip. Her love for Ricky consumed her, driving her to make choices that would have devastating consequences. David, sensing the marriage was beyond repair, considered leaving. But Amanda would stop at nothing to keep him. She would do whatever it took to hold on to the life she'd built, even if it meant destroying everything. The tension between Amanda and David reached a boiling point. The question was no longer if their marriage would survive, but how far Amanda would go to reclaim her lost love. January 12, 2015 was a chilly winter evening in Austin, Texas. David Horton returned home from a late-night meeting, exhausted but looking forward to a peaceful evening with his family. Instead, he walked into a nightmare. Amanda, fueled by rage and desperation, lay in wait. The argument from the previous night still simmered, and David's decision to leave her had become clear. In a twisted bid to reclaim her lost love, Amanda had planned the ultimate betrayal. As David entered the house, Amanda ambushed him. The attack was swift and brutal, leaving David mortally wounded. Amanda's hands, once gentle and loving, now held the instrument of death. The 911 call, placed by Amanda herself, seemed frantic and distraught. "My husband's been attacked," she screamed, feigning innocence. But investigators would later discover the truth. Amanda's calculated plan had been unfolding for weeks. Police arrived to find David's lifeless body, Amanda's alibi crumbling under scrutiny. The investigation, led by Detective James, would unravel a web of deceit and manipulation. Amanda's interview with Detective James revealed inconsistencies and outright lies. Her story changed multiple times, each iteration further entangling her in a mesh of falsehoods. Meanwhile, Ricky Moore, Amanda's accomplice and former lover, had an airtight alibi, or so it seemed. His involvement in David's murder would soon come under intense scrutiny. As the investigation deepened, the motive behind Amanda's actions began to take shape. Was it a crime of passion, driven by her all-consuming love for Ricky? Or was it something more sinister, a calculated move to eliminate the obstacle standing between her and her lost love? The trial would reveal shocking evidence, exposing Amanda's twisted mind and the events leading up to David's brutal murder. Detective James's meticulous investigation uncovered a trove of evidence, painting a damning picture of Amanda's guilt. Phone records revealed frequent communication with Ricky, contradicting her claims of a platonic relationship. Email exchanges between Amanda and Ricky exposed their secret affair, with Ricky's messages growing increasingly aggressive. "Get rid of him," one email read. "I'll take care of the rest." Forensic analysis linked Amanda's DNA to the crime scene, and eyewitnesses placed her at the scene of the crime. The prosecution's case seemed airtight. Amanda's trial began on a sweltering summer morning. Prosecutor Rachel Patel presented the state's case, methodically dismantling Amanda's alibi. Ricky, called to testify, invoked his Fifth Amendment right, further incriminating himself. Amanda's defense team, led by attorney Mark Davis, argued passionately for a lesser charge, claiming temporary insanity. But the jury remained unconvinced. After deliberating for 12 hours, the jury delivered a verdict: guilty of first-degree murder. Amanda's composure crumbled as the judge handed down a life sentence without parole. Ricky, charged with conspiracy to commit murder, received a 20-year sentence. His role in David's murder would forever be etched in the minds of the Horton family. As Amanda began her life behind bars, questions lingered. What drove her to such extremes? Was it the all-consuming love for Ricky, or a deeper psychological issue? In a shocking post-conviction interview, Amanda revealed a chilling insight: "I'd do it again if it meant being with Ricky." The deadly rekindling had claimed its final victim, Amanda's own sanity. Amanda's conviction brought a sense of closure to the Horton family, but the aftermath was far from over. David's parents filed a wrongful death lawsuit against Amanda, seeking justice for their son. As Amanda settled into her life behind bars, her behavior raised eyebrows. She seemed detached, almost relieved, to be free from the burdens of her former life. In a series of prison interviews, Amanda's demeanor sent chills down the spines of investigators. "I'm exactly where I'm meant to be," she said, her voice devoid of remorse. Ricky, serving his sentence in a nearby facility, maintained his silence. But a cryptic letter to Amanda hinted at a deeper conspiracy. "The truth will come out," he wrote, "and when it does, you'll be vindicated." The letter sparked a new investigation, raising questions about Ricky's true role in David's murder. Was he the mastermind, or merely a pawn in Amanda's game? A stunning revelation emerged. Amanda's diary, hidden away in her prison cell, revealed a dark family secret. Her father, a man she'd once idolized, had been abusive, manipulating her into a lifelong pattern of toxic relationships. The diary's contents sent shockwaves through the true crime community. Had Amanda's past trauma driven her to murder, or was it just a clever ruse? As the debate raged on, Amanda's appeal was denied. Her fate remained sealed, life without parole. But the case refused to rest. A mysterious informant came forward, claiming Ricky had confessed to the crime during a jailhouse conversation. The informant's credibility was questionable, but the revelation sparked renewed interest in the case. The deadly rekindling had become a labyrinth of twists and turns, leaving one haunting question. What secrets lay hidden behind Amanda's enigmatic smile? The story may seem over, but the truth remains elusive. Join me next for the epilogue, where the final pieces of the puzzle will be revealed.